Chapter 41 The Terrifying Cosmic Brain Demon, Sealing Talent, Seeking a Flower Evaluation Ticket. You are listening at Mtlnovel.audio. The Cosmic Brain Demon is a cruel, ruthless, and extremely cunning cosmic creature, and it is also the great enemy of human civilization. It is also the common enemy of all intelligent creatures. They are in the form of deformed brains, with tentacle-like bodies, and this is just to facilitate their manipulation of tools. According to the brain demon, their real body is a computing chip in the brain. The extremely high-level brain demons have different shapes, but on the basis of the brain, various auxiliary weapons are modified. Its brain magic chip is very popular in the market. The cheapest bronze chip has a computing power of more than 1,000 state-of-the-art computers. The price is not less than 10 million. The higher you go, the more you double, but at the same time, the brain demon's vitality is extremely powerful. It can absorb the spiritual power of others and strengthen its own soul. When it is in a desperate situation, it will also fall into a state of suspended animation. When there is intense mental activity around, they will absorb the overflowing mental power and be resurrected. It is particularly important to note that the cosmic brain demons are extremely clumped together. They communicate in a way that is currently undetectable by humans. Scientists speculate that it may be dimensional radio waves. 50 years ago, a foreign research institution captured a gold-level brain demon alive for research, but unexpectedly summoned a holy-level brain demon and led an army to recapture it. Caused hundreds of worlds to explode and tens of millions of creatures to die. Therefore, if you find a brain demon, don't think about capturing it alive. Killing it as soon as possible is the best solution. In particular, be careful about their mental infection, mental brainwashing, and other means. But at the same time, their weaknesses are also obvious. Their weak bodies make them far weaker than creatures of the same level, and they supply nutrients to their brains. After reading the dense information, Subai finally had a preliminary understanding of them. Extreme creatures, even in the cosmos, are very tricky. And according to the introduction, the power of the brain demons has expanded to different star domains, and they have established empires one by one. Their base camp is in the cosmos brain star domain. There is no lack of true god-level brains. Magic, that he saw a chill on his scalp, especially the last line of the document made Subai frown even more. Please pay attention. The cosmic brain demon is extremely vengeful. If you want to deal with it, you'd better get rid of it as soon as possible. Don't give them a chance to ask for help, otherwise you will only have endless revenge. For now, the best solution is to keep it floating. That he thought for a while. I also feel that on the side of the couch, how can I allow others to snore? In particular, when I go out, the army is sent out to experience the battle. It wakes up at this time and summons the army to attack the Tianyuan realm. What should I do? It is the kingly way to eliminate the crisis at the source. And he always felt that the last cosmic storm was too strange, especially looking at the data. The brain demon has developed various high-tech weapons. One of them is the storm oscillator. It can be called the nemesis of the tiny world. It is blown by the storm for a while, and it will not die or be seriously injured. Still have to find out. Wait until the cooldown time is almost up. Subai frowned, and his consciousness sank into the sea of stars again. As soon as you come in, there are a bunch of beeps. Log. When you are far away, time accelerates and continues, and 10 years have passed. Thanks to the tireless efforts of the super beasts, the Tianyuan realm has grown to 190 kilometers. Growth has come to a point. If there is no external assistance, it can only be slowly ground by gravity. The power of the source is consumed very quickly. Subai glanced at the world and sighed slightly. As far as he knows, the peak of the first-order world is 500 kilometers of land. Finally, take the ultimate leap and evolve into a medium-sized round sky. For now, it's still early, and he found that as his men became stronger, especially after the Lord of the Four Seas advanced to a silver creature, the aura and essence were consumed faster and faster. In recent years, the potential of newly born dinosaurs and unicorns is not as great as before. It is clear, it's like how many trees can be planted on a piece of land. several powerful creatures have taken over too much of the world's essence. Following the old rules, Subai once again lowered the oracle to prepare his men for new opportunities for exploration. To sum it up in one sentence: don't be afraid of death, do it to death. The believers headed by evil eye call each simulation baptism of life and death. Every time they simulate, they seem to have gone through a cycle of reincarnation, with a lot of memory in their brains. But before the simulation, underwater temple, the Lord of the Four Seas shook his tentacles and begged to see him. What's wrong? Subai was surprised. Don't look at the Lord of the Four Seas, neither showing mountains nor waters. It is still the first creature of Tianyuan, and even baby Godzilla is no match for him. Great Creator, recently, delusional ravings have been ringing in my ears. I often dream of the arrival of that big meteorite and swallowed me in one bite. I implore you to seal my new talent until I am strong enough. The Lord of the Four Seas said uneasily. Could it be that there is an evil god entangled in it? Subai muttered in his heart. According to the information, the Lord of the Four Seas seems to be a bit like the heretic god, and has inherited a little blood, so, it is not surprising. It is also simple to temporarily seal the talent. Subai sets a seal rune with the help of faith. Because its negative effects are too great, Subai simply took Cthulhu's whisper off the talent bar. Anyway, it is self-comprehension, and I will install it later. After everything is ready, after another check of Genesis, Subai began to simulate again. This time, he did not carry the S-card, instead, send people to focus on studying the cosmic brain demon. P.S. Ask for flowers, evaluation tickets, etc. Chapter 42, All Spiritual Routes, Discovery of the Meteorite Belt. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Open 10 consecutive draws. With the emergence of a series of talents, Subai focused on the spiritual realm. This time, I still didn't get the orange talent, but there was a purple spiritual talent that caught his eye. To deal with brain demons, the most important thing is to ensure that the soul is strong. This time, he even gave up the solidified prehistoric behemoth. All are 3 talents to strengthen the spirit. They are, respectively, soul solidification, blue. The soul born in the Tianyuan world will be extraordinarily firm and will not be easily bewitched by others. Blessing of faith, blue. Creatures who believe in you will be blessed with faith points, and the more devout you are, the stronger the effect will be. If it is a fanatic, it will ignore 99% of the spiritual attack. Essence chi feedback, purple. The stronger the body, the stronger the soul. Even those who do not cultivate the soul, with this talent, can breed the same powerful soul body. When everything is ready, Subai clicks to simulate again. Start the journey of creation. Early stage of the first era, it was noticed that the Tianyuan realm would step into a new stage, and creatures headed by interstellar dinosaurs and super beasts were collecting space junk. But it is trapped that the nearby is all collected and empty, and can only go farther and farther. With little success. On the way, the interstellar dinosaur team noticed the hidden flying saucer. You lowered the oracle and asked the evil eyes to create a room that shields the spirit. Tianyuanji has grown to 192 kilometers, and the growth is getting slower and slower. Middle of the first era, the spiritual prison was successfully built, and the blessing of innate belief took effect. Several devout believers were particularly strong in spirit and were placed in the prison. At the same time, the interstellar dinosaurs successfully salvaged the alien flying saucer just like last time. This time they learned their lesson, kept their hearts, and recited your mantra. Bring the flying saucer back to the mental prison. With preparations in advance, the high priest of the beholder led the true believers to study the corpse of the brain demon in an attempt to obtain information from it. The brain demon was activated instinctively, and an alien radio wave oscillated, trying to subtly bewitch the surrounding creatures. The special materials used in the prison work. The talent soul is solidified, and the faith blessing takes effect. Brain demon's countermeasures are useless, trying to resurrect. Baby Godzilla and the Lord of the Four Seas are guarding outside the prison, guarding against all accidents. Talent essence feedback takes effect. The spirit body of a small dinosaur and tentacle monster guards and suppresses the resurrection of the brain demon. And notice that it was silver intermediate, but due to long-term lack of nutrition, it was very weak. The beholder's research has fallen into a hurdle, and the brain ravine of the brain demon seems to be sealed by something to prevent foreigners from snooping. No way, it can only resort to coercive means, soaking the alien brain with a potion that can corrode the soul. Under the extreme operation, some mental fragments spilled out. Evil eyes caught a few keywords: Big Dipper star territory, weird red star, exploration, advanced team, failed, meteorite belt temporary station. It is extremely exciting, gathers the power of the whole clan to study the overflowing spiritual power, and focuses on which star the red star is and the location of the meteorite belt. Late of the First Era, after hundreds of years of research, the beholder suspects that the red star mentioned by the brain demon many times is the star of Inghua. It surmised that seemed to be their target, and for some reason the loss was heavy. The meteorite belt is more than 20 million kilometers away from here, just in the middle of Tianyuanji and Yinghuaxing. According to the knowledge of the spiritual fragments, there are countless types of meteorite fragments and space junk there, which is simply a treasure land. However, it has also become a temporary station for the brain demons. They lurk in the middle of the meteorite belt and set up mental traps to devour all light and perception. Even passing by will ignore them. The news of the meteorite belt is exciting. When the beholder tries to find out the specific coordinates and the strength of other brain demons, the brain demon's brain explodes like a bomb. Blue blood spilled in the prison. The beholder is a little uneasy. Although the exact coordinates have not been found out, after a while of research, the beholder has determined the approximate location of the meteorite belt. Therefore, sending interstellar dinosaurs and super beasts to form an exploration army was shortened within a rough range. At the end of the First Era, after hundreds of years of investigation, the meteorites brought back by the super beasts are getting bigger and bigger, and they often have to cooperate with dinosaurs to bring them back. They noticed something strange, and the probability of finding space treasures is getting higher and higher, which means that they are close to the meteorite belt. With their tireless efforts, the Tianyuan realm has grown to 200 kilometers. It has been successfully cured. Reward creation value plus 500. Finally successful. Seeing this, Subai breathed a sigh of relief. I don't know how many students in the same class at this time have such an area. Excluding those second-generation gods who are hanging up, this area alone can compete for the first place in the province, right? Very happy and very sad. Not long after the promotion of Tianyuan realm, a semicircular bunker flew out from an inconspicuous meteor at a certain moment and rushed straight. With it, there is also a cosmic storm. The Lord of the Four Seas, who sensed the strangeness in advance, was furious and fought with the bunker. One after another shock wave was shot out, causing the dinosaur man and the unicorn beast to suffer heavy casualties. What is even more unexpected is that the bunker itself is an enlarged brain, equivalent to a super spiritual amplifier. There are 5 silver and hundreds of bronze-level brain demons, and a huge mental shock wave reverberates in the Tianyuan world. Even with the blessing of talent, 99% of ordinary creatures can't resist and die. The most powerful Lord of the Four Seas, Baby Godzilla, attempted to fight in close quarters and launched a death charge. Unexpectedly, a high-level silver brain demon appeared in the bunker. It borrowed a machine to strengthen its spirit 10 times, condensed it into a bunch of needles, and forcibly blasted their heads. Several leaders were killed without resistance. This simulation is over. Chapter 43 Silver-level brain magic chip, seeking a flower evaluation ticket. You are listening at novelfull.audio. This simulation evaluation, D grade. Cooling time, 20 minutes. Summary: although it is said to be a total failure, at least a lot of information has been detected and the spoils of war have been consolidated. Make persistent efforts. I still can't avoid the ending of being killed. Not far from me, there are still a group of brain demons hidden. Subai let out a heavy breath. I can't understand why the group of brain demons came all the way. That semicircular bunker is the key. It can strengthen the strength of the brain demon dozens of times. Judging from the information currently probed, there are at least 5 ordinary silvers and 1 high-level silver in the bunker. Plus their mental powers can be superimposed, borrowing a machine can play a far greater strength than its peers. Su Bai thought that his dragon knights and unicorns were strong, but he didn't expect to encounter technology plus soul, so vulnerable. They are taking an extreme route. If they are preemptive and sneak attack in advance, they may not have a chance of winning. He was thinking about it. The main thing is not clear, how the bunker found them, because the brain demon's body blew up, or are they approaching the meteorite belt, setting off an alarm? Su Bai thought it was more likely that the corpse blew up and passed on some information. He was thinking, the text begins to settle. Please solidify one of the following talents. Considering that the primary enemy is the brain demon, Su Bai chooses to consolidate the essence and chi to feed back. Without this talent, Godzilla and Super Pitman would suffer greatly. Please select from the options below to keep. In the next extraction column, Su Bai discovered that there was a silver-level brain magic chip inside. He quickly checked the details. Brain magic chip, silver level, a famous computing artifact in the universe. Not only can it strengthen the spirit, but it can also act as the CPU of the computer. Very popular. But at the same time it was discovered who killed the same clan. The brain demons may come back for revenge. Note, if you extract this item, in reality, the brain demon will die early. Required creation value, 5,000. If I take it out now, wouldn't that half-dead brain demon die in a flying saucer, and even Tianyuan realm doesn't know it? Su Bai thought of something and his eyes lit up. Before it dies, it always sends news out, which makes the snake startled. But now I'm stuck with a bug, can't I kill it without injury? Even the brain demon in that bunker hasn't been alerted, and this chip is worth at least more than 50 million. Considering its scarcity, and the fact that the brain demon would rather blow itself up than leave the chip, the market price will only go up and down. However, the creation value extracted is also very expensive. In addition, the simulation just now lost money, and there are only more than 8,500 creation values left. Su Bai did not dare to use it indiscriminately, to be on the safe side. Su Bai didn't take out the chip. The current world of 200 kilometers is barely enough for them to toss. He took advantage of the cooling-off period to return to reality. I rummaged through the brain demon's information, but found that the ones circulating outside are common. The specific social structure of the brain demon is not clear about how many people there are in the general voyage fleet. I don't even have admission now, I'm just a trainee world master. Many materials are not authorized to access. He suddenly thought of the old principal. He is well informed and should know a lot. Soon, Su Bai picked up his mobile phone and dialed the old principal's personal number. When he heard the information about the brain demon he was looking for, the old principal was surprised. Why are you looking for their information? Brain demons are notorious for being stubborn. They are very cooperative and have a high level of technology. If they are found, they should be reported to the Human Alliance Association as soon as possible. I'm just curious. I always feel that I've encountered similar monsters nearby, so I want to make sure. Under Su Bai's soft grind hard bubbles, the old principal sent a batch of materials by email, and warned. Don't leak it out. With your authority, you are not qualified to watch it yet. These are all discovered by life exploration. After the college entrance examination, it will be much more convenient to enter Shinkong University. The better the school, the better the cultivation. Su Bai was overjoyed and quickly thanked him, and view more detailed information. When he saw the first sentence, he frowned. The brain demons generally act in a group. Form an expedition team. The top of them even has a holy rank brain demon, carrying a huge fleet. Next up is the diamond class leading the 10 fleets. The most are the exploration advanced troops carried by the gold level brain demons. The standard is 1 golden brain demon, 10 silver brain demons, and 300 bronze brain demons. Among them, it should be noted that, with the aid of technology, the fleet can often exert its strength far exceeding that of the powerhouses of the same level. There are even some golden brain demons who will capture golden creatures of the same level as slaves, which is extremely brutal. Of course, there are also many scattered silver-level teams, but they are rare. As for scattered bronze-level brain demons, it is even rarer. Their Achilles heel is the computing chip. As long as it is destroyed, it can be killed instantly. But at the same time, the maximum value of the brain demon is gone. There are also many secondary materials, which Subai swept away. Just staring at the brain demon fleet quietly frowned. What kind of fleet is stationed in the meteorite belt? It won't come with a gold, or even a diamond-level brain demon. It's a fart. Report to the country in advance. He decided, in the next simulation, try to find out the strength of the brain magic as much as possible, and be preemptive. Moreover, the selection of 3 spiritual talents before, also played a big role. Among them, the beholder is the most profitable, the performance is also very dazzling, and even in the big battle, he lived longer than Godzilla, considering that there are many monsters of this type in the world, including supernatural ghosts also test spiritual power. Subai decided that today's task is to brush out the talents of the spiritual department, and then solidify it. Chapter 44 The Super Beast of the Asura Mode, the Desperate Golden Luster, please ask for a flower E. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Plans are made. Subai first issued an oracle in the temple. Tell your subordinates all the information you just saw, and ask them to exercise their mental defenses. Try to find out the exact location of the meteorite belt and enemy intelligence as much as possible. Subordinates are naturally indifferent. After everything is ready, Subai starts the simulation again. The 9 new talents that appeared made him sigh in his heart. Very angry is always with me. This time was not as good as last time. He randomly selected 2 spiritual talents and started the simulation again. Intelligence development, blue innate spirit plus 100, which makes your subordinates open their minds from time to time. Spiritual perception, blue significant increase in mental power and danger. A new line of text begins. Start the journey of creation. First era, the interstellar dinosaurs found the flying saucer again according to memory, and began to probe more carefully. Early part of the second era, compared to before, this time they detected more and more detailed information from the silver brain demon, but every time they detected information about the brain of the universe starfield, it exploded automatically. The beholder guesses that someone has set a program in its brain. As long as the cosmic brain is probed, it will self-destruct. In this life, the beholders were tested in the lava castle under the volcano. The nuclear radiation exploded, and the suppression of spiritual power was also the strongest. Middle of the second era, the interstellar dinosaurs began to explore the meteorite belt again, and this time they followed the memory and were very close to the hidden coordinates. The Tianyuan realm has grown to 220 kilometers. At the same time, Godzilla, the most talented baby, has absorbed cosmic energy for years and evolved into a silver-level creature, and has nurtured a strange nuclear reaction in his body. At the same time, deeply feeling his incompetence in the field of space, baby Godzilla has developed a secret flying technique, in which when he uses the breath jet to reversely accelerate, the speed is faster than many flying monsters in a short time. Late second era, interstellar dinosaurs and super beasts joined forces to continue to shorten the range. This time, to Subai's surprise, the bunker didn't come out to make trouble. He guessed. The beholder's conjecture is correct. The volcano is Godzilla's private land. The lava castle is affected by it, and the radiation explodes, which can block the spread of some mysterious information. This way, it won't startle the snake. But it will still come. Middle of the third era, a unicorn beast inadvertently followed the meteorite track and accidentally discovered the meteorite belt. Its space coordinates are 2.51. Innate spiritual perception takes effect. They have already walked halfway to Inghuashing. On the periphery of the meteorite belt alone, there are many treasures such as star fragments, condensed huge ice blocks, and unknown satellite fragments. All kinds of mine resources, and even unknown metal aggregates. This great discovery made all intelligent creatures ecstatic. Over the years, the Chowpedo beast, the beholder, the destroyer king dragon, and the 3-generation dinosaur leader have all evolved to the bronze level. But let alone breaking through to silver, even the evolution to the peak of bronze is very slow. They have all noticed that the current Tianyuan realm can only support 2 silvers, which is already the limit. To break through in the future, they can only seek external resources. The Lord of the Four Seas made his own hands and floated to the periphery of the meteorite belt to help establish alien mines, collect and refine. Among them, the Eye Demons also came with the Evil Eye clan. They acted as reconnaissance while looking for the bunker's hidden meteorite. The other leaders did not return to the Tianyuan realm, but stayed in the meteorite belt for a long time, sitting on it to cultivate and evolve. Under their command, the interstellar dinosaurs and unicorn fairy beasts diligently collected resources and went back, and Tianyuan realm sent out a burst of joy. Land plus 1 kilometer, plus 2 kilometers, because it becomes bigger, the source is strengthened, and even the digestion ability is strengthened several times. In addition, there is a steady supply of various resources, mines, rare element condensates, meteorite fragments, and even star fragments are constantly being shipped. In just 100 years, the Tianyuan realm has grown to 250 kilometers. Several other leaders have even evolved to the peak of bronze, start hitting the silver level. Okay. Discovering the meteorite belt is equivalent to discovering a treasure. As long as it can evolve to 300 kilometers, it will be solidified again. In Subai's happy waiting, by the end of the Third Era, the Tianyuan realm had grown to 280 kilometers, seeing that it will reach a critical point again. Unexpectedly by chance, one of the strongest interstellar dinosaurs, Stegosaurus, accidentally discovered that a meteorite was hidden in a bunker. To make matters worse, the bunker was awakened and started to fight back. Late period of the Third Era, the alien bunker sent secret weapons to activate, and a cosmic storm started from them, becoming more and more intense, blowing them towards the Lord of the Four Seas. The meteorite belt mine that the dinosaurs had been operating for 100 years was swept up, but fortunately, because they found it in time, they extinguished the storm before it got stronger. According to the beholder's calculations, if the storm is really brewing, it will evolve into a terrifying natural disaster that can obliterate golden creatures in the Tianyuan realm. The Lord of the Four Seas, the baby Godzilla, and the super pedo beasts, who have both new and old grudges, are all besieging the bunker. Being caught off guard, many of the weapons in the bunker have been dismantled before they are used. No way, 5 silver brain demons and hundreds of bronze brain demons launched the most primitive mental shock wave. Talent essence and chi backfeeding takes effect. Many leaders are extremely resistant and approached in the fastest time. Many brain demons were killed, and a silver brain demon was wrapped in the tentacles of the Lord of the Four Seas, absorbing the brain and dying. The Lord of the Four Seas suddenly felt that his head had become smarter, and even the suppressed talents were activated, and he could withstand more knowledge infusion. Another silver primary brain demon was killed by baby Godzilla and swallowed it at the same time. Baby Godzilla's dorsal fin lit up a bit, and he realized the knowledge that energy is stored on the back. In the rage, the silver high-level brain demon was angry. This time, the beholder who was predicted in advance was weakened by the mental interference device made in advance. In addition to being too hasty, even the bunker has not been completely offset. Its mental attack has been weakened a lot. The Lord of the Four Seas, baby Godzilla endured a headache and began to besiege. But after all, the other party is high-grade silver, 2 small levels higher than them, and with the illusions that appear in their minds from time to time, they are still at a disadvantage. During the battle, Dinosaur Man and Destroyer King Dragon fell in sequence, Chow Pedo besieged by 5 silver beasts, their armor shattered, and their heads exploded. At the time of frequent death, the super beasts who were unwilling to fall, activated the talents of the heavens and the world, received blessings from the underworld, realized the Asura mode, and entered the silver level stage in a short time. Die with a silver brain demon. In the middle of the fierce battle, from another corner of the meteorite, a dust-removed one emerges, which is 3 stories high, like a bunker with golden brains. A gold-level deformed monster drilled out of it, easily killing leaders such as the Lord of the Four Seas and baby Godzilla. This simulation is over. After reading all the text, Subai was surprised and delighted, glad that the old man Chow Bido did not let himself down, and actually realized new skills, but the heavy one is, as expected, the meteorite belt is not just a bunker. The Lord of the Four Seas, the baby Godzilla, can resist a high-level silver brain demon, which has already occupied the right time and place, approaching closely in advance. It will be exhausted, and it will be too late to use the strongest means, but as a temporary gathering point, how could the brain demon only have this number of soldiers? The golden luster that finally came out was disappointing. Chapter 45 The Power from the World of One Punch, The Brain of Gold. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Maybe it's too rubbish, this time, even the evaluation summary did not appear. Su Bai is the same as his subordinates, heart is heavy. In addition to the squad, another golden monster popped up. Even if you have a mental calculation, it is difficult to kill. In particular, brain demons cannot be allowed to take advantage of technology in advance, otherwise, the difficulty is doubled. What made him even more scruples was that he was not a gold-level enemy. According to the data, the brain demon family likes creatures with potential slaves. That one is very likely to be a slave of a brain demon. That is to say, the meteorite belt has at least 2 gold-level enemies. And the equipment it carries. The more Su Bai thought about it, the more headache. No hope of victory in sight, stuck. No way. Today's goal is to consolidate the fruits of victory. As long as the world expands to 300 kilometers, it will be a win. This time, there are brain magic chips to choose from, as well as other items. Su Bai still had no choice. According to the old rules, the talent of the essence and chi has been fixed. At the same time, this simulation, Su Bai was surprised to find, even after the simulation ends, Baby Godzilla remains at the silver level. The muscles on Keiichiro's body are more explosive, and he is practicing the new Asura mode. Yes, after the simulation, their realm and strength are still maintained. This time and time again, not only can you be familiar with the enemy's methods and intelligence, but you can also improve yourself. Hope resurfaced in Su Bai's eyes, and today's solidified talent opportunities have not been used up. He wants to develop a high-level spiritual talent. While checking out the Super Pitaman, Su Bai unexpectedly found that his potential has improved a lot. Asura mode, under the crisis of life and death, the innate talent of Super Baido be awakened. Power from the one-punch world. After activation, the strength and speed will be doubled tenfold in a short period of time. Can overcome enemies across several levels. It is still immature. If you practice it often, you can use it as an active skill and keep the Asura state at any time. It really came from that world. He calculated the current combat strength. After training, Chao Pedo Beast can also be regarded as a silver master. If you have no intention of calculating, you can defeat the group of silver brain demons. Take advantage of the cooling time. Su Bai took a good look at the gains and losses, and set a simulated goal in your mind. First of all, without being alerted, under the 2 hidden meteorites, capture resources as much as possible and strengthen the world. It is best to reach the solidified area and consolidate the spoils. Then if it is discovered, it is necessary to find out the enemy's intelligence as much as possible, what methods and numbers are available. The last thing is to brush talent. After everything is ready, when the cooldown expires, Su Bai starts the simulation again. Open 10 consecutive draws. Another 10 talents appeared. Su Bai glanced at it, slightly lost. After selecting the 2 spirit bias talents, quickly select simulation. Start the journey of creation. First era, your subordinate suffered a big loss and knew how to develop in a low-key manner. After bringing the flying saucer back, it was sealed under the volcano, and then secretly flew to the meteorite belt to collect food. Second era, after an era of collection, the land has grown to 275 kilometers, and victory is in sight. Third era, a unicorn beast inadvertently picked up a meteorite, but unexpectedly triggered a brain demon's trap, causing the meteorite to explode, alarming the enemy. After a bloody battle, 5 silver brain demons were killed, and the last high-level silver brain demon was besieged by Baby Godzilla, Lord of the 4 Seas, and Super Pedo Beasts, sending out a distress signal. The golden bunker reappeared and sent 3 golden laser cannons to kill them. Before dying, the beholder heard the brain demon call it the golden brain. The interstellar dinosaur that was finally killed, when he was dying, saw the distorted golden monster that came down from the golden brain to collect the corpse. Behind it, there was a 5-meter-high, golden luster brain, and a monster with an octopus-like body. Watching all this indifferently. This simulation is over. Cooling period, 30 minutes. Yes, I found out the information again. Their cooperation has become more and more proficient. If there is no assistance from the Golden Brain, the Brain Demon team led by the senior Silver team can no longer stop me, that the only pity is that, it is only a little short of reaching 300 kilometers, and it can be cured, but now it seems, even in a deep sleep, the Brain Demons also arranged vigilance lines on the periphery. During cooling, Subai returns to reality. Looking for information about the Golden Brain, the information given by the old principal is very detailed, Subai grinned after reading it. Good baby. According to the above, the Golden Brain is equivalent to a combination of a supercomputer plus a starship. It is also equivalent to the natal artifact of the Cosmic Brain Demon. Ordinary Golden Brain Demons are not qualified to control. Its value is equivalent to 10 Golden Brain Demons. It is said that in their base camp, the brain of the universe, there is a true God-level brain of the universe. That is also their treasure of the town. It is said that there is a virtual universe that evolves the divine power of the future, which is extremely terrifying. Even a star field is named after it. After a bit of trimming, I checked that there was only 7,500 Genesis left. Subai simulates again. He fought the Brain Demons. Chapter 46 growing to 300 kilometers, an extremely brilliant record, seeking flower evaluation Ticke. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Still no orange talent. After picking 2 at random, proceed with the simulation. Start the journey of creation. First era, moving bricks. Second era, continue to move bricks. Third era, failed to move the bricks, triggering the early warning meteorite of the Brain Demon again. But at the same time, the area has also grown to 290 kilometers, which is very close to curing again. This simulation is over. 2 ordinary, no evaluation. Continue the simulation. Start the journey of creation. First era, moving bricks. Late of the third era, the Super Pedo Beast has officially grown into a silver-level creature, which is extremely powerful and can wrestle with the baby Godzilla. Due to repeated vigilance, this time they did not trigger the warning. A line of black text appears. After experiencing many deaths, his subordinates tirelessly moved bricks. The diameter of the land grew to 300 kilometers. The attached ocean is 1,200 kilometers. The source of the world increases, which can nurture more creatures and strong people. Cured successfully. Destroy the King Dragon, the leader of the dinosaur people, and the Beholder have evolved into the peak bronze creatures, and they have seen the road to silver. This time, they take the initiative to attack. The meteorite hidden in the semicircular bunker was attacked by them, and many bronze brain demons were killed by atomic breath before they could react. The 5 silver brain demons were strangled by the Lord of the Four Seas. Under the siege of the 3 leaders, the silver high-level brain demon could not be used, and was finally hammered to death, with brain fluid splashing everywhere. Several leaders share the brains of the Brain Eater, and they all feel that their spiritual power and wisdom have greatly increased. Among them, the blood of the Lord of the Four Seas is purified to 2%, and the sealed talent has come up with a better solution. He can babble anytime and anywhere. As long as the enemy approaches, he will be mentally disturbed. Baby Godzilla grows in length, and more energy is concentrated in the dorsal fin. All other leaders have gained. The battle disturbed the Golden Brain bunker on the side, and a distorted golden monster was killed. This time, the Lord of the Four Seas, who has greatly increased his strength, led his men to besiege. Gold monsters are very powerful, but their brains are not very useful. Trapped in a siege, and did not exert his strength, the balance of victory moved towards the Tianyuan realm. 3 silver brain demons appeared from the bunker, trying to use the golden brain to launch radio waves, but they were stopped in advance by the well-prepared Beholder. The golden brain demon in the dark couldn't bear it any longer, and with a big move, a chaotic soul power filled other people's brains, trying to compete for the control of their bodies. Destroy King Dragon and others were disturbed and killed by aberrant creatures. But the Lord of the Four Seas unexpectedly discovered that the unblocked talent, Call of Cthulhu, could restrain the enemy's mental attack. Baby Godzilla detonated the hidden energy on his back, and the inner core reacted and exploded, entering a special state and fighting bloody monsters with distortion. The Lord of the Four Seas rushed to the Golden Brain and killed the quartet, but at the same time was seriously injured by many weapons. He hugged the Golden Brain Demon and performed self-destruction. All companions were killed in battle. Baby Godzilla was overloaded with rage, his body turned red, nuclear radiation exploded, and he spewed spiral hotlines to kill most of the rest of the brain demons, and shot down the already crumbling Golden Brain. Feeling the exhaustion of its vitality, it hugged the aberration monster and exploded. A mushroom cloud in the shape of a red lotus rose. It has burned to ashes. Perish with the enemy. In the battlefield, the seriously injured Golden Brain Demon was brought into the Golden Brain for healing, and fired a bomb of destruction to destroy all the survivors on the battlefield. This simulation is over. Comprehensive evaluation, Grade C. Summary: after several deaths, the most perfect ending has been achieved. Consolidating the spoils and seriously wounding the enemy, he will win from the last point, but this is a natural moat. Total reward creation value plus 2,000. This special reward, an orange burst card. I gathered the results of several simulations and finally succeeded. Tsubai let out a long breath, finally found out all the enemy information. This is the standard for a golden squad. Except for the silver brain demon who accidentally fell asleep, there are also 9 brain demons, and the strongest one, Senior Silver, is extremely difficult to deal with, and the flagship, Golden Brain, also has 2 golden creatures. That distorted creature should be the slave of the Golden Brain Demon, only the strength of the Golden Primary, but the leader, after several serious injuries, did not die. Vitality is extremely powerful, most likely a gold intermediate. If the Golden Brain Demon is allowed to use the flagship to show its power, the Lord of the Four Seas and others will not be able to beat this record at all. To have such a victory, it is all thanks to the previous explorations. Use your strongest close combat to entangle the flagship and the brain demon, so that they can only fight recklessly with their weak points. However, as a primary silver creature, Baby Godzilla can perish with the golden monsters. Such a record is even stronger than the legendary bloodline. At least demigods. As for the Lord of the Four Seas, it attracted most of the firepower, relying on talent. Can you still restrain the mental interference of brain demons? If there are more companions, it may not be impossible to kill the Golden Brain Demon. Thanks to this simulation, creation value returned to 9,000, reassures Tsubai, and that reward card made him laugh out loud. Chief Savior. Brushing talent, he brushed numb. Orange Blast card, after using it, in the next lottery draw, there will be an orange talent. Don't think about it. Tsubai uses it decisively. 30 minutes of cooling this time. Tsubai gave his men a good rest.